What do you think of the strategic transparency and intent of our military build-up?
Well, you're right. I believe China has become more and more cautious not to use military forces to deal with our surrounding threats or challenges, simply because China totally focused on our domestic economic development that is facing more and more serious challenges. And if making military forces abroad, that will derail our domestic economic development. No Chinese top leader will do that. However,
excuse me, are you saying clearly that despite the Indian occupation of our territory in Doklam, southern Tibet, because of our concerns to divert our attention from domestic economic construction, we refuse to even oust the Indian troops from our territory? We would rather turn to diplomacy, seeking a peaceful solution that will fuel domestic anger, that will play into the hands of die-hard nationalists in China, and perhaps editorials of Global Times might be a very good representative to reflect the build-up of public anger. What do you think of the calculus of the Chinese authorities at this time? We are impressed by the display of hardware, the military hardware. 40% of the most advanced brand new weaponry were homemade, and yet we refuse to use them. So does that showcase clearly that we are peace-loving, and that we would rather focus on diplomacy? Or you think it takes a package of solutions, both military and diplomatic, to get the border disputes sorted out?
Yes. Firstly, the military forces is become one of the pillars, maybe the most important pillars for our diplomacy. That is our base for peaceful diplomacy, for our reliable national security. But secondly, regarding to the case between Chinese and the Indians, the conflicts in the southern Tibet, I think it's a different situation. If you look at the gap, the map, even with military conflicts there, I don't think such a war between China and India will derail China's economic development. It's a different case from the war in the Eastern world, in the Northeast Asia. If the war, China is involved in war in Northeast Asia, that will totally derail our economic development.
I'm afraid the counter-argument would disagree with you, Xu Yu.